welcome back to another comparison review video. This one is for the Burt's Bees Mango flavor versus the MWAH Mango Madness lip balm. So let's get started. First off, the packaging and the format are very similar, both in color schemes, although obviously this one has more colors and more picture designs than this one, but ultimately, they are using similar colors in the goldenrod and orange, and yellow colors. I mean, it's not that different, so there is that. And obviously, they're both sticks, so they have that in common too. One thing that I do like better with the MWAH, though, is that it has the expiration date printed on the bottom there, which is very handy. Whereas Burt's Bees, I don't even know if it has an expiration date on the normal lip balms. Maybe the medicated ones do, but I don't think these have a proper expiration date, so I could be wrong. Feel free to leave it in the comments if I am wrong, which I probably am, so alright. So when we open these bad boys up, they are still fairly similar. Neither one of them really has colorant added to them. This one is just a white uncolored wax, and while this one looks orangey, it's really not. It's just that it's in that orange tube, but it's actually clear. So it's basically a trick of the light. It has like the tiniest bit of an orange hue to it, but in reality it's not really an orange. So you can also notice right off the bat there is a bit of difference just even in the consistency on the stick itself. This one is way more oily looking than this one, and for good reason. This one's made with about 20 kajillion different types of natural butters. I'm rolling this back down now, but this one, it has some in it, and it is all natural products as well. These are both all natural and organic, so they have that in common as well. They're more similar than you would originally think. But that's about where the similarities end. Scent-wise, this one just smells like mango. Today, I am not smelling that odd odor that I've been complaining about in almost all of these videos about this particular one, so I don't know if I just finally used it enough to get rid of whatever the weird smell was on the end of it. I don't really know, but I'm glad it's not there now. I'm doing a double check. Yep, just mango, so pretty authentic mango smell there. This one, however, doesn't really smell like mango per se. Maybe like the tiniest hint of a sugared, candied mango, perhaps, but it's basically just a really sugary sweet smell that this one has. Consistency-wise on your lips, this one's a thin to medium sort of consistency. It's somewhere in between those two. It's not really thin, it's not quite as thick as a medium. It's somewhere in between those two extremes there. Whereas this guy is extremely thin and extremely watery on your lips. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm sure that it has to do with just all the butters in it, and with your natural body temperature, they kind of melt on your lips a little bit. Thus why, even having just used it again right now before making this video, as I always do, to do a fair comparison between the two and not forget anything, yeah, it's still all oily and greasy just from using it. So I assume that that is the butters having melted from body heat. This one doesn't do that. It's not really a sticky feeling with this one, except for when it's been on your lips for a couple of hours, then it gets a little bit, tiny bit tacky feeling, but not a ton. But yeah, this one, it's not sticky, it's just very, very slick and thin. It's kind of watery feeling. Yeah, it feels like it's gonna slide off your lips, and sometimes it kinda does. So, I mean, I don't like that it doesn't stay put where you put it, but what can you do, right? But this one does stay put, and is generally pretty smooth, very creamy feeling. It's a little slick on your lips, but not as much as that guy there. Anyway, as far as what they look like on your lips, they're both clear. There's no tint or anything. They both have a shine to them, but this one's a far more high-intensity glossy shine than this one. Simply, I think, because of the butters. It's like, if you were to melt butter on your lips, how shiny your lips would be from the butter, that's about what we got going on here, which, what do you know? Made with real mango butter. But, yeah. So there's that. Whereas this one, it's more of like a shimmery sort of a shine, but without glitter or anything. It's just like a natural shimmer, if that makes sense. The taste involved is almost a role reversal of what I've been saying about this one earlier in this video. The nasty taste that I used to taste with this one has also dissipated with time and usage. It still doesn't have a sweet taste by any means whatsoever and doesn't taste like mango or anything, but it doesn't taste as foul as it used to either. I wish I could say the same of the slider, and I'm still holding out hope, but so far, nothing. But this one is getting to be very usable. I don't know if it's just that I'm getting used to the fact that it's not sweet, and I'm getting just accustomed to it and not minding the fact that it doesn't have a natural sweetness to it, or what. But it doesn't have the weird sour taste that it originally did, so I appreciate that. And again, I don't know if that's just from using it and it wore off whatever was on the end of it, or if it's just me getting accustomed to it. This one also doesn't really have a taste. It's like got maybe a teeny tiny hint of flavor, like the smallest tiny amount of it, but it's not really flavored either. It's mostly just the scent there making you think that you taste a scent just because you smell it and it tricks your brain, but yeah, it's not really one. It's just very, very faint. It's basically unflavored, so there is that. But it's not bad. It's not a bad taste, so. Anyhow, I honestly didn't know that these two were going to be so comparable when I first scheduled to make this particular video. I thought it was going to be absolute knock it out of the park. This guy wins over this guy so hard, like with the slider, but it's almost a tie, really. The only reason that I would pick this one over this one, I would say, is just because of the consistency. It doesn't feel like it's going to go sliding off of my lips. And this one stays on your lips a lot longer. They're both moisturizing, but it feels like this one sinks into your lips a lot faster. But on the other hand, you need to reapply it that much more often. Whereas this one will stay put for hours and hours and hours. So I feel like you get more bang for your buck here. And since these are on a similar price line, they're both about $4. I think, well, because these sticks are sold in a 3-pack only, it's the only way to get the sticks. These were $5 or so at Target. So it's still a pretty comparable price point between the two. But yeah, I would still pick this one over this one just because I prefer how it feels on my lips and how long it lasts. So that's just me. But they're both good. They both do what they're supposed to do. So, just saying, this one's not as awful as the slider, thank God. But, yeah, they are fairly similar, which surprised me. And even though I've reviewed this one compared to other products quite a few times now, that just really shocked me that it could be fairly compared to anything. So, that was a pleasant surprise that this is not a completely pointless purchase after all. It may become quite handy. So, anyway, that's about all I've got to say on these two. So, as usual, if you like this video, click the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Leave comments down below. Until next time, bye!